So surely I can't be the only one that has this floating around in my makeup drawers, right? Hey lovelies, today we're gonna be using a lot of samples to clear up some space in the top drawer of my vanity. You guys know I've been doing a declutter and I'm just finding that I have so many of these samples laying around. I put them in my top drawer thinking, oh, I'm gonna try these. And then they just sit there and I never do it. So tonight's the night. If we haven't met, my name is Kelly and I'm a professional hair and makeup artist. And here on YouTube, I strive to keep beauty real. Real honest, real relatable, and real fun. So if that sounds like something you'd enjoy, don't forget to hit subscribe, hit that notification bell as well so you don't miss out on those future videos. So yeah, this is maybe a little bit of a dangerous video because I am actually doing this right now because I have a video that I have to film for Paul Mitchell right after this. And I wanted to put on makeup for that. So I figured, well, if I'm putting on makeup, I might as well film it. And I sat down and I went to open my like inspo things I need to try out drawer, and these all got like stuck in there. And I was like, you know what? I'm done. I'm gonna use these. And I saw my friend Lori over at Pretty Psyched Beauty do a like full face of samples one time. And I thought it was brilliant. And I am so ready to like declutter. Some of these are products that I've really been wanting to try and I just haven't done it. So we're gonna do this. By the way, Jeremy is out doing some snow blowing, so you're probably gonna be hearing a little rumble, and you know what? There's just nothing I can do about that. So I apologize for that. Hopefully it's not too distracting. But here on my channel, you're gonna hear trains. You're gonna hear clangs and bangs from the recycling center. You're gonna hear my fiance outside blowing snow. You know, it's just the way it goes. It's real life and I am keeping it real. So we are gonna get going. So just to give you guys a heads up, my inspo, we'll see how this goes, but my inspo is to maybe also do like a burnt red smoky eye situation. I really want to use some of these Terra Moons shadows. I did a live swatch party on my channel a few weeks ago, and I just want to dig into these and create something pretty, and I kind of want something, like I said, like smoldery, like fire on my eyeballs, but not painful and not dangerous. So I'm thinking that's what I'm gonna do. I have a couple other things. I've got a couple of these Mcgrath Lip Glosses. I'm sure they have a fancy name. Opulust Gloss. I haven't tried these yet. I might do that. I also have a Bite Beauty lip stain to try out. So we'll see. I'm just definitely trying to dig into some of the makeup that I've had sitting on hand. So if you wanna see how this goes, if you wanna see I make a hot mess with some of these samples, or if it ends up turning out great and I love some of these products, then let's get right into that. All right, let's get started with a primer. Now this is one that I feel like everybody but me has tried. This is the Tatcha Silk Canvas. This says it's a filter finish protective primer. So I thought this would be good. I don't really have a big problem with enlarged pores, but I do have a little bit right here. And I thought also this might be good to sort of smooth out this area that I have some pigmentation and scarring from my recent breakout. So we're gonna give it a go. I do always get a little nervous when I'm trying a new primer and a new foundation and a new concealer, but we're just gonna be brave. We are going for it. 2021 is the year to take chances, right? I mean, safe, healthy chances. Anyway, all right, we're gonna pop this open. I do think, I've heard that this goes a really long way, so this little guy in this bubble pack should work to do our whole face. All right, now, since I've never used this before, I'm not really sure. Oh yeah, there's a ton in this little thing. So I'm not really sure how exactly to apply, but I'm assuming it's best with fingers. So I'm really just going to put this on the areas that I do have some smoothing desires. Oh my God, it smells really good. That probably looks really weird, sniffing my fingernail. You know, keeping it classy here on my channel. I'm just gonna give a good amount of this over the chin. I'm just hoping that this can kind of like, you know, it's not gonna like, because obviously I have like raised bumps, but I'm wondering if it can kind of like even it out a little bit, like, you know, make some of the lows meet the highs of the breakout situation. We'll see. But seriously, it does really smell very good. It's almost like a little citrusy and a little Alka-Seltzer-y. I don't know how to explain it. Yeah. Tatcha is never gonna sponsor me. I just compared one of their products to Alka-Seltzer. All right, so let me take a peek at my skin here and see what we think. I will say it felt very good. That looks really nice. Like, it definitely looks like blurred a little bit, but it doesn't feel really heavy, or it doesn't feel like it's like gunking up my skin. I did also pop in some Lumify to brighten up these peepers. This time of year, I don't know if it's the dryness or what, but man, my eyes are just getting so red. They're always a little bit red, but right now they're just like extra red, so that should help. Now, while I have this Pat McGrath Skin Fetish sample, I don't think that this is gonna be enough coverage to meet my needs for today, although I could probably like mix these two to put it on since I don't like a lot of coverage. But I think what I'm gonna do is try out this Giorgio Armani, because I have two of these. I have heard so many good things about the Luminous Silk Foundation. I am feeling like this is like the cheap out video because I'm trying all these samples, but you guys really like, that's kind of the reality, isn't it? Because we have things that we want to try. I certainly don't want to go and buy a full Giorgio Armani foundation right now because I can't get samples anywhere, and I thought this would be a perfect time to try it. I have the shades 2, 9, 5.5, and 14 in both of these, so I have a feeling this shade 9 actually looks like it might be a dead ringer, and since I have two of these, we'll have more than enough. I don't really tend to wear a lot of foundation, and I like a little bit lighter coverage, so I can probably sheer this out. All right, you guys, this shade 5.5 is a little bit closer, but I feel like that's like still too dark. Wow, I have gotten so pale. So for those of you that don't know, I live in Wisconsin, and yeah, it's been a pretty temperate winter, but a gray one. So definitely no UV tanning going on right now. So this one is like, yeah, that's a little too light. So I'm gonna mix the two. I'm gonna mix the 5.5 and the shade 2. We should get a pretty close match. Gonna need a little bit more of that 5.5. So I feel like this foundation is something that has been on like everybody's to try list, like at some point or another. Now this is certainly not a new product by any means, but I feel like everybody knows about it and everybody has been curious about it. Maybe not if you're like super oily, but other than that, I feel like it's sort of been on everybody's like wish list at one point or another. All right, now partially because I opened it and partially just because I have it, I think I am gonna use this deeper shade, the number 9, to kind of like give myself a bit of a bronze. See, that's gonna give me like a little bit more warmth around the hairline, and we'll give ourselves a little bronzer. This looks very pretty. I would say it's definitely a satin finish. I feel like I'm talking about one of the products that's been on the planet for so long, so you guys are all like, yeah, Kelly, we know, but I'm just giving you my humble opinion on this. I'm gonna take my BK Beauty 101 and just take these bristles and blend those two shades together right here. I don't want to be like too sharp. All right, I really like that. Like, look, that was just foundation, gave us some dimension. I'm really liking that. Now we are going to move into concealer, and this is one that I am really excited to try, and it's the Rare Beauty concealer. This is the Liquid Touch Brightening Concealer. We have 6 of these little like bubble packets. So I have a feeling there's gonna be a dead-on shade for me in this 180W. We'll see, fingers crossed. But again, I can concoct a foundation for myself out of samples, so I could probably concoct a concealer as well. All right, I am just going to apply a light amount of this. I honestly cannot remember how much coverage this has. It doesn't really say. So at least it doesn't say on this packet. No. So I'm just gonna take a little bit. You know what, let's start on the eyelids first because that should be pretty forgiving. Oh, hello. Glad I did that because the shade is pretty light. Oh my God. Okay. It's okay because I like a light primer for my eyeshadows. Holy smokes. All right, now that I laid that down with the brush, I think I'm gonna go through with this damp beauty sponge. This is the Japonesque Sponge I got in my Pretty Set Go Pretty Glowing box. So I'd never tried this before, but it is really nice. It's a little bit more firm than I choose normally for concealer. I think it would be really good for foundation. and I used it for blush. So, but I think that this, you know, really is working pretty good. What do you guys think? I think it looks pretty good. I am gonna add a little bit, just whatever's on the brush, down the center of my nose, just to kind of like reverse contour. I feel like I like the finish of the foundation better than the concealer. I'm just trying to like blend this in just a little bit more. I'm not saying I don't like the concealer, I'm just saying I like the finish of the foundation. It just seemed a little bit more satin-like. I know that this says it has a radiant finish, but I don't think I agree with that. I think it's not matte by any means. Like, you're not gonna get like Shape Tape under eyes here, but it's not what I would consider like dewier. I'll be interested to see how this all wears. Now, because I've already got a few variables going on, I just want to use a setting powder that I know that I really like, and so I'm gonna pull out the Veil. You guys know I use this one all the time. You guys know that I use this all the time, but it is definitely the one that I know that won't do me wrong, and if there's an issue, I know that it is one of the other products and not the powder being the misfit. So yeah, I think I really like that foundation. Dang it. You know, when it's something pricier, you're sort of hoping you don't like it, but I'm glad, since I have to like go film after this, I'm glad that I do like it. So I'm gonna go clean some of this makeup out of my eyebrows, get those finished up, and I'll be back and we can keep on going with the color. Good Lord, these brows. Thank goodness we're doing a more dramatic eye look, because it'll all balance out. I like them, but I'm also scared of them. So I just used the Brow Wiz in Soft Brown, and right now it's like, it's a little warmer than what I need, especially in the front here, and so I just kept like adding more to like deepen it to make it not quite look as obviously warm. I'm just trying to use this up. Again, Project Pan, we're doing it. I feel like this one has lasted me forever. I've gotten away from using pencils so much and then kind of gotten back into it, so I'm trying to use this up so I can try some other things. And then I was just having a hard time with the shape, and so I started doing one side a little bit, and then it's like, oh, I gotta do a little bit on the other side, a little bit on this side, and then all of a sudden it's like, my whole face is an eyebrow. And then I felt like it just looked too block browy, so then I went in with the Urban Decay Brow Blade. This is Dark Drapes, and I just use the ink stain side. So I have talked about this before in my Battle of the Brow Pens. I found one in my stash, and so I was like, well, I should probably just get this out and use it. So I am. So I just used that. It worked out good. It gave me a few more hair flicks, so feeling okay. There's a 5-minute ramble about my big brows. All right, so I don't have any like blush samples, but I thought what I would do is pull out a blush I haven't used in a really long time, and it should go really nicely with this eye look. This is the Becca Mineral Blush in Songbird. Oh, this looks like it's gonna be so good. So from the looks of it, I've only used this a couple times, and she looks super pretty. So we're gonna throw this on. Let's grab a fluffy-ish brush. Yeah, this Luxie one will do. Because I'm having such a, hopefully, like strongish eye look, I don't want anything like too crazy on the cheeks, but I want enough to sort of like balance everything out. And I do love a good blush moment. I also feel like right now, since my cheek here, I have those scars just from previous breakouts. I feel like that will help disguise that a little bit. Actually, it was crazy like thinking about how long those marks last, the pigmentation lasts from breakouts, because I just edited my PMD 8-week update. And I did like a side-by-side, like showing my skin, and I have an active breakout in the one from November, and today it's like 2 months exactly. It's January, almost 2 months exactly, and you can see the spot still. Like the breakout is gone, but you can see the spot still. So it's like, 2 months later, and I'm still trying to work on fading that mark. I don't really get too worked up over getting a breakout anymore, but it's the aftermath. It's the fact that I know that I'm gonna have a scar for a while. So disappointing. I think I've already rambled about this in another video. We're going to move on. So speaking of breakouts, I'm trying to decide what to do with highlighter. I want a little something but I don't want to use anything like too texture showing. Okay, I'm gonna pull out the Salt New York. Even though this is a cream going over a powder, I think we'll be okay. I have pretty good luck with these, and I'm only gonna use the slightest amount. So I cannot remember the name of the shade in here. This is the Beige Cream Tint Pro. I just stuck my nail into it. So this is the Beige Cream Tint Pro, and I'm just gonna tap the slightest amount. It's hard for me to not do at least a little bit of a glow. I love a good cream product under the brow bone because, first of all, I feel like it like ties in the face a little bit because you're seeing like one high point and one high point together with the same product as opposed to going in with like a different shadow. But the cream it just looks a little bit more natural. I mean, which is, I guess, in general, usually the case for creams versus powders, but I feel like just using a face product just makes it blend into the skin. So a trick that I like to do sometimes when I'm gonna be going over with shadows, I didn't obviously do my eyes first, so in case we get any fallout, what I wanna do is set this down now so that hopefully after it's dry, then when I go to whisk away any fallout, if there is any, I hope there's not, but then I have all that makeup set underneath. So we are just gonna go through with a tried and true, but let's use the Urban Decay. This is the honey version, and it just has a, and this just has like that neutral finish. It's not matte, like it's not mattifying, but it's not like super glowy either. It isn't fun to get in your eyeballs though. Oh, all right, I am liking that. What do you guys think? I think I need a little lip balm. Let's throw a little on. I'm using this Kopari. All right, I just took my headband out. I don't feel like I need it for the rest of our makeup, but I do like to have everything out of the way while I'm working on the face. Speaking of the face, let me know down below what you guys think of the products that we used. Do you like the foundation? I actually really like the combo of using the two colors. Well, technically we use three, but you know, the lighter one for the inner and a little bit darker for the outer. That's always a good technique. Not that I'm gonna be buying 2 Giorgio Armani foundations anytime soon, but let me know what you think of the skin. I think it looks really nice so far. We'll see as we move on. The blush, gotta love it. I bought so many of those Becca mineral blushes. They are so pretty. All right, now let's go ahead and create our like spicy eye look. All right, so I have a couple colors that I really kind of want to use. I have the shade Sun Dazed. Let's swatch this one. If you guys do want to see all of the swatches, Jeremy's shoveling now, I can hear him. If you guys do want to see all of these swatches, I will make sure to link that video. That was my first live. I had such a fun time. I like those because you really get to chat with everybody and, you know, all be kind of like in the excitement of what's going on together. So this is the one that I was really inspired to use. This is the shade Spiked. So we have Sun Dazed and Spiked. I think we can create a good look with those. I'm really tempted by this shade up here, Harvest. Ooh! Just dropped it, but we're good. We are good. Ooh, you guys. Shoot. Okay. We're gonna use these three. I'm not sure how, but that's what we're gonna use. So to go along with those shimmers, I'm just gonna take out my Dose of Colors Baked Brown set. I use this one a lot. Let me see if I can not blind you. I use this one a lot when I just need to add some easy to use neutrals to a look. So I think that this will be a perfect pairing. So first, just to make sure everything blends super well, I'm gonna take that lightest shade in the Baked Browns, it's just a nice creamy vanilla shade, and actually put that like in the upper crease. Not like all the way up onto the cream highlighter, but just below that. And then this way, I've laid down a powder that should help me blend everything out a little bit more easily. It's such a shame, I cannot even believe it, but I have not used my eye brushes from my Sonia G Kiyaki set yet, so we're gonna use these. I am very, very excited. I might have to pull in another like fluffier blending brush, but we'll see how this goes. All right, so I just laid that one down, like I said, into the upper crease. Now we're gonna go in with the second one, just that like kind of yummy caramel shade, just to add a little bit of dimension. let me know if you guys have tried many of these Dose of Colors palettes. So I remember I got this from BoxyCharm, and when they said that people were gonna receive a Dose of Colors palette, I was like, anything but the neutral one, anything but the neutral one, anything but the neutral one. And then when I opened my box and it was the neutral one, I was like, wah, wah. But I am so glad I have it, actually, because it has come in handy so many times. It's small enough that it's easy to travel with. So if I want to just take a little like magnetic palette with a couple fun shades and this guy, I have got enough to make some really fun looks with. And, you know, I mean, these shadows just blend so nicely. So if you have any of the other palettes, let me know what you think of the quality. I always wonder if it's like, yeah, that's like always really nice, or if I just happen to get one that's really good, because, you know, consistency isn't always a thing in the makeup world. And there was the one that came out recently. It was like greens. Was it called Khaki? I cannot remember, but it looked so pretty and I really wanted to try it, and then I didn't, and then I forgot about it. You know, like someone I just saw the other day was either using it or talking about it. I cannot remember, but I was like, oh, yeah, that Dose of Colors palette. Oh. So now I'm kind of like, she's on my radar again. All right, now I'm just gonna take the mini booster. For right now, I'm just gonna use the same shade and run it under my lash line. All right, let's go through with this teensy little flat definer brush. I am gonna end up wetting this just to make sure, again, I want the most color impact, but it's really more so so that I don't get a bunch of burnt orangey red fallout. I mean, I realize I'm like a season late, but this would have been so good for fall. All right, I've cleaned off my brush. We're gonna use the same one into the Sundays shade. All right, so then I'm gonna be putting that, so then we're putting that on the outer third. Oh, this is so pretty. And I'm just like melding those two. I'm not working it too hard yet though, because I know that I still have to do the other side, but I want to make sure that I'm not making like a distinct line over that previous shade. You know what? I'm just realizing you guys are too far away. You have to see this magic. Let's come on in. All right, so hopefully that is helpful so that you guys can see what we have so far. I really like it. All right, so now I'm just gonna start like layering these two together a little bit. And just trying to like push those two colors together. All right, I am going to need another more like flat brush. So I have this Luxie concealer brush. This is the 211. So we're gonna use this one to go into that Harvest shade. So I don't know if it's this brush or if it's the shadow, but I don't feel like it's picking up quite as easily as the other two shades did. Okay, I like the way that looks, but I want the red to be like a little bit more of the star of the show, if you will. So I'm gonna go back in and add some more. All right, I wasn't quite anticipating this like somewhat cut creasy situation, but it's where the makeup gods took me, so I'm just going with it. But I do want to soften out this corner right here. I'm liking it. It's not as red as what I was originally thinking, but when I pulled out that Sunday shade, I was just like, oh, So I think to enhance the red, that's gonna be what I run along the lower lash line. I'm probably just gonna keep using this Pore Flat Definer. It's been doing the job and doing it well. Wow, this, I am so sad that I'm just like gonna film for a little bit and then basically go to sleep. Like, so sad. Okay, so when I was cleaning up the shape, I had to take a little bit of Bioderma to clean up that outer situation. So I'm just gonna take a little bit of that Rare Beauty concealer on a concealer brush. This is the F75 from Sigma. And just make that a little more crispy. Now I might just go in and soften this a little bit with the, that shade, that second shade that we used from the Dose of Colors. But I just wanted to get this like cleaned up and recover my darkness that I have. So I like placed that shade with accuracy, and then I'm trying to just like pull it down into what was already there and just like tap it into place. Yeah, I like that. I think it looks pretty even enough. So now I am gonna take just a little bit of that second shade and just more so through here. I wanna keep the outer part kind of crispy, but I just want this to be a little bit more blurred just so it doesn't look like I just ran like a crayon underneath my eye. And then I'm just gonna take that same color and dust it along that creasel situation. All right, we are certainly going for the drama with this one. I feel like that's pretty good. I always say I want like a well-defined, but then I see it and I'm like, ah, lines. But I'm gonna be okay with this. I'm gonna be okay with this. Stop touching it. We're stopping touching it. I am going to go ahead and put on some mascara, and I'm gonna throw on my lashies from Moxie Lash. By the time this video goes up, I will already have my review up for this, but this is day 2 of me trying these lashes, and I said I would try them again for the review just to see how they are, like, not fresh. So if you guys want all the details on these no magnets, no glue lashes, you can check out that review. I'll make sure to leave it right here. Okay, you guys, I am really liking this look. I'm really liking this look. I just went through, sorry, I just got caught in a moment staring at myself in the mirror. Wow. So I just went through with the Pat McGrath Contoured Lip Liner. I just tried to do the edge and then just did the like smush to blend it into the middle. I do think I'm just gonna use one of these glosses. These eyes are so like that I feel like we just need a simmer down moment. So I feel like this could be really cute, but it's almost a little too pink. So I think I'm gonna go through with this one. This is the Dreamscape Gloss. Sorry, I'm 39. I'm getting a little old for tiny ass print on the bottom of a lip gloss. Ooh. That's pretty. Wow. These feel really good. Actually, you know what? I mean, it's not the same finish at all, but the feel feels a lot like the Sigma glosses. If you guys have ever seen, I was talking about those. I did a review on them, and it was one of my top 20 of 2020, except then I forgot to talk about it. So then I just listed it on Instagram, but I really like the Sigma glosses, and this has that like creamy, rich feeling, and it's not sticky at all. The finish is definitely a little bit more exciting with the Pat McGrath, but that's pretty. Okay, I want a little bit more up on my Cupid's bow. Like, not on my Cupid's bow, but like on the top of my lip line. I just feel like that makes your lips look a little extra juicy. It's not super practical because I feel like the closer it is to the edge of your lip line, the more it starts to feather out, but we don't need practical tonight. We're just wearing this for a couple hours. What do you guys think? Okay, I I'm having a moment. I'm definitely having a moment. Wow. Update on the foundaciones. So I really like the foundation. The concealer is okay. Like, I don't think that this would be my go-to concealer. I don't know. Now that I say that, I kind of like it. It's just, when something says it's going to be radiant, like, I don't feel like this is radiant. I mean, take the highlighter away, like, I don't feel like the concealer is super radiant. But it looks good. It hasn't creased yet. I get a couple hours wear out of it. I've got enough in this bubble pack that I can put it on tomorrow. And then in editing, I'll let you know here how I felt about the concealer, but the rest of this is looking great. I'm gonna zoom you guys out so we can kind of get a quick final look and we can head on our way. I like it. I'm not gonna lie, I like it. The eye look, you guys, like, this is not what I was planning on, but I really like it. You guys will have to let me know what you think. Now, granted, because I just keep sitting here and saying that I like it, I doubt you guys are gonna be like, no, it's stupid. Maybe some of you will. There's always those people. But give me your honest opinion. Like, what do you guys think of this look? It's definitely a little bold, but I like it. You guys, like, that blush, I love it. Man, those Becca blushes are so good. I'm really liking everything. The foundation looks good. What is this hair doing? Let's not be upstaged by our own little wispy hairs. Okay, so the foundation, I think I like it. It is not super luminous, but it's very satin. Now, the concealer is okay. Like, I don't hate it, but I'm not like, oh my gosh, I need to go out and buy a full size. I know a lot of people really love the concealer. I had considered getting it, but I have a lot of concealer right now, so I haven't. So I'm gonna continue to use this little pack. I do think that this is a really good shade for me. It's a tinge light, but I made it work. So I'll definitely use that a little bit more. I hope you guys had fun hanging out with me. We definitely got through a few sample sizes. Oh, the Tatcha. So the primer, which I put somewhere. Yeah, right here. I'm definitely going to have to use this again. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use this with one of my tried and true foundations so that I can get a feel for it. So we'll have lots to update on in the future. And I finally used my Kiyaki brushes. You guys, man, this little flat definer was our hero today. It definitely needs to be washed and rested for a little while, but it was a good one. I didn't really need the jumbo blender too much, but it worked beautifully like every Sonia G brush does. The third one I've already seemed to have lost in the chaos that's on this table. The gloss, very, very nice. It's really nice. It feels really good. I don't know that I would necessarily like run out and buy another Pat McGrath lip gloss right now. I've got these two. They're going to keep me busy for a long time. I did put the purple one. The name is escaping me right now, but I am putting that one in my 1,000 subscriber giveaway because, again, I've got a lot of gloss, so one of you will get to enjoy that. Make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss out on that giveaway. And I don't know why I'm like jabbing you guys with my lip glosses. That's enough. So, by the way, what do you guys think of these lashes? I should have asked you when I was zoomed in. I think that they're a really nice, like, very natural set. This is the Lovely Lash. You guys will have to check out that video for all the deets, my feelings. I'm definitely excited to be trying these for a second time. I really just wanted to see how they applied not fresh. You guys know there's a big difference between a fresh lash out of the box and a lash that's been worn, used, cleaned, and put back. So for all those details, make sure you check out that video. I will also make sure to have it in the description box. So I want to thank you guys for hanging out with me. It was fun getting to play with this makeup, finally clearing out some of the samples in my drawer. Let me know what you guys thought. I'll see you really soon.